Hi, I'm Terry Brock for Business Journals, and we're talking about 3D printing, which is revolutionizing the way the world really exists and how it's putting things together. And one of the problems has been they've been very large in the past, very difficult to work with. Now we've got one called the Lulzbot that is very small and priced reasonably so you can get it. And Harris Kenny is here to talk to me about that. Harris, thanks for joining us.
How's it going? Thanks for having us.
Tell us a little bit about the concept you have with this and what 3D printing, how can it help us in business?
Sure. So the concept of this machine is it's a 3D printer for everyone. It's more accessible and it's easier to use. This technology's been around for a really long time, but now it's on the desktop, it's affordable, and we're seeing a lot of adoption at home and in businesses, both small and large.
Now, one of the things you were showing me before we started was something like this right here. This, if we could see that on the camera, is a little tool that was manufactured. And the nice thing about it, very hard. What's the name of the material you used?
So this is a material called Triton, which is stronger than polycarbonate, which is a heavy-duty plastic that's used in motorcycle helmet visors and things like that.
Okay, so now the real practical application is, suppose you're in a manufacturing situation and you need one of these, but oops, it broke. How long would it take for me and how difficult is it? What do we go through in order to make one of these?
So this is going to take a few hours to print, and this is a really unique application. This wrench was actually designed by NASA and emailed up to space and printed on the space station. So, you know, for rural manufacturing facilities or very expensive machines, that's a great example that you pulled off the table.
So this one could be used, and obviously could be something else. What would I need to make that work? I understand just we need the machine,
yep.
We need the goop, whatever the goop is going to be. You know, there's my technical term for it, and we need the software. Is that right?
That's right, and our software is totally free and open source. So for small businesses and people that are starting businesses for the first time, it's really easy to get started.
What would be some other applications and ways that we could use that if we're looking at, what are we looking at here? Pointing at the machine. Okay, we're looking at the machine right there. We can see it. I'm interested in some practical applications that you would have with that, like what we would, how businesses could use it to make something like this. What else would be some other areas?
So the wrench is an example of something that supports an existing technology, like a machine. So you can also modify, print cell phone cases, things like that. But you can also print a 3D printer as a manufacturing process. It's basically a mini factory on your desktop. So you can use it to print costumes, props, things that businesses are using and selling to customers directly without any final processing or editing after the fact.
And one of the things that I heard from a very reliable source was that someone might go into business and be able to start manufacturing on their own. See, you might not be able to work at the manufacturing plant that was shut down. People go, oh no, we're losing all those jobs. Well, hey, that's not the end of the game. Joseph Schumpeter told us years ago in economics that we have the creative destruction. And so what we do is we recreate and we get something new, start selling these, start creating new things like that. How would someone do that?
Well, you know, we're seeing a lot of that, and people are basically, those factories are moving into garages and basements around the United States. Invest in a machine, learn 3D modeling, and get started. It's really that easy.
Excellent. Now, I'm sure this costs probably about $500 bazillion, right? Is that right, or is there a little lower price that you have?
It's a little lower. We're still working on that 500 bazillion model, but this is $1,350.
$1,350. You get that, and then you just buy, I call it the goop, whatever the material is, and you can get that on the market. Where would you get what you need?
So yeah, the goop is a material called filament. It's basically just plastic, and it averages about $20 a pound, and it comes on a reel.
So you get that, and then the software, and yours is open source.
That's right, so you just download it and get started.
Excellent. Harris, somebody says, wow, I'm interested, I want to get more information. Real slowly, tell us where they should go on the internet. You use that internet thingy. Where should they go on the internet to get the information?
We are online, so the Lulzbot Mini Desktop 3D Printer is launching. We'll have it in January on lulzbot.com.
Spell that for us in case this is audio.
LULZBOT.com, and through our resellers as well.
Excellent. Harris, thank you very much for joining us today. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for your time.
Reporting for Business Journals, I'm Terry Brock.